boy, it's just such a stock picker's market being in the right group, the right stock, because there's some areas that aren't performing well. But I mean, you've got defense stocks that have made a huge move. Gold stocks are continuing to move. You get some data storage, fiber optics, some of the semiconductors, and now you're starting to get a little oil and gas starting to move up. So it's really just really being in the right place. I mean, areas to avoid or underperforming. If we go back to the cues, you'll see that relative strength continues to be in a bit of a downtrend. You can see that, yeah, see now even falling off even more, and and so, uh, but then let's see, and if you look at the IWMs, the Russell 2000, you can see that really in the last 3 weeks has had some of the look at the relative strength line on that. um, that has, when I was just kind of eyeballing it, I think this is the strongest move that it's made on a relative basis and on a price basis for the last couple of years. You'd have to go back on a weekly chart, and I think it was 94 that it had a really nice move for about 3 or 4 weeks, and then it went back to sleep. So that's been doing a little bit better. Um, so it's really being in the right spot, the right time. What I did going into knowing that the market was going to be off a percent or a percent and a half, that I wrote down a few names that I thought maybe could pull back that had moved out or just recently broke out, and I'm going to keep an eye on those to see how those stabilize. But is this going to be another where Trump, I mean, how many times have we seen this where he comes out and he says something, and then a day later, a few days later, he says, "Oh, well, I didn't mean it, and maybe we'll cut those tariffs, or maybe we won't do that." So it just adds a lot of uncertainty. But if you buy as things pull back into proper zones, or maybe areas where they had broken out of or are pulling back down on bases, then you should be okay and buy them as they start to lift off of those.